to follow up on Yemen. Despite the statement by the President and the Secretary on the ceasefire, and also the Omani Foreign Minister just confirmed it, the other side, which is the Houthis themselves, denied it. They're saying that we are not going to stop attacking the ships. So how do you explain that? Are they not?
Well, they're a terrorist group, so
Or they playing for public consumption?
I use for my basis of who to listen to and who to take seriously, of course, is the President of the United States, Ambassador Witkoff, the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio. I think that, as what we've said, of course, also when it comes to other situations, is that we look to actions, not words. And clearly there's been development here that the President shared, and I think his words are the words that one needs to rely on.
And the attack on the port of Sana'a, as you know, Sana'a now is completely out of service. 20 million people are affected as a result. Was this attack coordinated with the United States, or do you think this is more like a collective punishment against civilians in Yemen as well, because they won't be able to use that port anymore?
Well, I certainly, I would refer you to the DOD regarding any questions about American action, certainly with the operations that we'd had against the Houthis and the shipping issue. But I can't speak to any action, of course, that Israel may have taken or the nature of any of that. But in regard to the rest of this, President Trump categorized this as some very good news. That the Houthis announced, again, they don't want to fight anymore, and that we will honor that and stop the bombing. He said they have capitulated. And again, we had a very specific framework there, but again, I'd refer you to the DOD in regard to that. Matt Lee, interested in the subject line?
Sure. I still just don't really understand what, I mean, if the Houthis have only agreed to stop attacking American vessels, and you guys have only agreed to stop attacking Houthi targets, that does not really fall into line with what Secretary Rubio has said, which is attacks on all international shipping in the Red Sea.
Well, it was that venue, it was that arena regarding the Red Sea and the shipping within that framework.
I understand that, but if this is a deal that's just the U.S. and the Houthis and no one else is included, and the Houthis are still going after French ships or German ships or Israeli ships or whoever, I'm not quite sure how this is anything other than you guys just saying, okay, we won, we're leaving, but terrorism and
I don't recall those lines being used. What I can say is that Secretary Rubio said this was always a freedom of navigation issue. And, of course, our approach was the fact that they had struck ships hundreds of times, including our ships, in that area. And this is one of the cases where we, again, a very transparent administration, a president who is speaking and will speak on what's happening, what he's planning, what we hope for, what he has heard. And I would take him at his word in that regard. Of course, Secretary Rubio was in the Oval Office at this point. I would encourage all of us, and I'm looking forward to it too, to getting more details on the nature of how it manifested. That always, of course, interests us. We have a sense here with what Ambassador Witkoff tweeted, that Oman, of course, was involved, and that there's an understanding that this is moving forward. So we will no doubt have more information, and I think we'll have our answers when we do.
And then